The Bold and the Beautiful, September 1519. A shocking confession, family eruptions, and a viral audio that could destroy everything. The tension at Forrester Creations has reached a breaking point. What began as whispers and private outrage has escalated into a full-scale corporate and personal meltdown. Ridge Forrester, facing pressure from every side, his family, his employees, and the press, makes a move that stuns everyone. He calls a sudden, high-stakes emergency meeting with the entire Forrester executive board and family members. What follows is a dramatic, high-intensity unraveling of secrets, loyalties, and reputations that threatens to bring down not only Ridge's relationships, but the very foundation of the Forrester legacy. The meeting begins in the main conference room of Forrester Creations. The mood is grim. Everyone is there. Eric Forrester, the patriarch, stoic but clearly worried. Steffi Forrester, tense and alert. Thomas Forrester, practically vibrating with restrained fury. Brooke Logan, calm on the outside, but gripping Ridge's hand tightly under the table. Zende, Carter, Hope, and even RJ are present. Everyone knows something's wrong. What they don't expect is how bad it truly is. Ridge clears his throat and begins. His voice is low, but steady. "I owe you all the truth," he says. "There's been a lot of speculation, a lot of pain, and it's time I explained what happened." Gasps and shifting glances ripple through the room. He continues, explaining that after reuniting with Taylor Hayes, a reunion that felt real, grounded, even inevitable, he was ready to fully commit. Until a piece of information stopped him cold. "I received a warning," Ridge says. "A threat, actually, against Brooke. It came anonymously. It was specific. It was disturbing. And it made me question everything. That's when I pulled back from Taylor. That's when I went to Brooke. To protect her. To be near her. Because someone out there wanted her gone." The silence is deafening. Steffi's jaw tightens. Thomas' eyes go wide with disbelief. Eric furrows his brow. Brooke looks down, visibly uncomfortable. Ridge goes on, admitting that he never told Taylor the full truth, that he ended things with her not just out of personal confusion, but because he feared for Brooke's safety. Steffi speaks first. "So you just walked away from Mom?" Without explaining. Without giving her a chance to respond, Ridge starts to answer, but Thomas stands up abruptly, knocking his chair back. "You used her, Dad," he says, voice trembling. "You made her believe she had a future with you, and then you left her for Brooke. Again. And now you're hiding behind some anonymous threat? That's your justification?" Ridge tries to reason with his son. He emphasizes that he acted out of fear, out of instinct to protect someone. But Thomas isn't buying it. "You betrayed her," he snaps. "You broke her. And for what?" Another round with Brooke. "We've seen this movie before." Eric finally speaks, his voice calm but grave. "This isn't just about personal relationships anymore. If someone threatened Brooke, that's serious. But so is what this means for the company. Forrester Creations can't afford a scandal, especially one involving violence. Our name, our brand, it's all on the line." Just as tensions reach their peak, Carter whispers something to Eric. News has leaked. Somehow, details of Ridge's confession or a version of it have gotten out. The press is already picking it up. Reporters are outside. Online outlets are speculating wildly. Headlines are spinning. Forrester feud, internal threats, secret marriage, and betrayal. The company is under siege not just by emotions, but by public scrutiny. Brooke immediately urges Ridge to keep things under control. "Don't turn this into a trial," she warns him quietly. "We need to focus. We need to get ahead of this." But it's already spiraling. Social media explodes. News crews arrive at the building's perimeter. Paparazzi swarm the parking lot. Clients start calling. Investors are nervous. Eric and Carter quickly draft a public statement, which is released to the press within the hour. Forrester Creations condemns violence in all forms. "We are committed to the safety of our employees and our clients." We are cooperating with authorities and will take every measure necessary to ensure our company remains a place of integrity, creativity, and trust. But it's not enough. The cliffhanger comes in the form of a viral audio file that starts circulating online late Thursday night. It's a recording unmistakably the voice of Dr. Taylor Hayes. She's emotional, agitated. The audio catches her saying things that sound dangerous, even threatening. If she doesn't step aside, I'll make sure she does. Brooke doesn't belong in Ridge's life, and I'm done watching her destroy everything. The media runs with it immediately. Exclusive. Taylor Hayes threatens Brooke Logan in secret recording. The implication is explosive that the threat Ridge used to justify his abrupt departure from Taylor and sudden marriage to Brooke came from Taylor herself. Comment sections explode. Fans and critics speculate wildly. Did Taylor go too far? Was she behind the anonymous warning? Or is this something else entirely? But Steffi, sharp-eyed and tech-savvy, catches something others miss. The audio is jumpy. The background noise doesn't match up. The vocal pacing feels unnatural. She suspects the clip was doctored, edited, possibly even deepfaked. She confronts Ridge about it. Did you hear this version before? This exact tape? He shakes his head. No, I never heard anything like that. The threat I got wasn't from her. I never believed it was. Now, everything is more complicated. If the audio is fake, someone is actively trying to frame Taylor. Someone wants her ruined. Someone wants this family shattered beyond repair. The family splits down the middle. Thomas is enraged that someone may be smearing his mother. Steffi demands a forensic investigation. Brooke insists they focus on safety and damage control. Ridge is trapped. His silence has created a vacuum that's now filled with chaos. Eric is concerned about the stock price. Carter starts fielding inquiries from corporate lawyers and concerned buyers. Hope tries to play peacemaker, but no one is listening. Meanwhile, Taylor herself is in seclusion. She's not answering calls. No one has seen her since the audio went viral. Rumors swirl that she's been advised to lay low, possibly even leave town. But Thomas won't accept that. She's being erased again, he says. This time by lies. As the week ends, the fallout continues. Forrester Creations is under siege. The family is splintering. Brooke remains silent about the leak, but something in her expression hints that she knows more than she's saying. Ridge is exhausted, realizing too late that his attempt to protect Brooke has endangered everything else. And Steffi begins working behind the scenes to trace the source of the edited audio, determined to find the truth, no matter who's behind it. The final shot of Friday's episode, Taylor's name trending online beside the words dangerous and deranged. Well, somewhere in a dark room, someone watches the screen, satisfied, anonymous, and ready for their next move. The Bold and the Beautiful, September 15, 19. Taylor faces the press, a family fractures, and a dark manipulation begins to surface in a week drenched in crisis. The Bold and the Beautiful reaches emotional and psychological depths unlike anything seen in recent memory. Following the shocking leak of a doctored audio file and Ridge Forrester's public confession about an anonymous threat that pushed him to abandon Taylor Hayes for Brooke Logan, the Forrester family stands at the center of a spiraling media storm. But just when the press, public, and family members are preparing to turn the full weight of suspicion on Taylor, she does something no one expected. She comes forward not with denial, not with deflection, but with a full, raw, and public reckoning. Cameras flash. News outlets swarm. The courtyard of the Forrester building transforms into an impromptu press conference. Taylor Hayes, long absent from the public eye since the explosive leak of the manipulated voice clip, steps up to a podium with trembling hands and heavy eyes. She's not flanked by attorneys. She's not hidden behind PR handlers. She's alone. And her voice, when she speaks, cuts through the chaos like a scalpel. The voice in that recording, it's mine, she says, her voice soft but steady. Those words were mine. I said them. Years ago. In a moment of deep, private despair. And I am not proud of it. Shock ripples through the press pool and across social media. Even inside Forrester Creations, employees stop what they're doing to watch the broadcast. Brooke, sitting beside Ridge in his office, stiffens. Steffi, watching from the design studio with Thomas and Finn, grips her phone tightly. No one expected this level of brutal honesty. Taylor continues. She explains that the words were uttered during one of the darkest chapters of her life, a chapter she never told anyone about. She doesn't go into detail, only saying it followed a personal loss that fractured her from the inside out. Her voice catches, but she steadies herself and presses on. I want to be clear. I never meant harm to Brooke Logan or to anyone. But I allowed rage, abandonment, and my own trauma to take root inside me. I should have sought help then. I didn't. And now I am. She then turns, on camera, directly addressing Brooke. Brooke, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the pain my words have caused you. I'm sorry for not confronting the brokenness in me sooner. I want healing for both of us. And I want peace for our families. What follows is equally unexpected. Taylor voluntarily announces that she is withdrawing from all company boards, charitable affiliations, and any public-facing roles that might create conflict or discomfort, especially where Brooke is concerned. Furthermore, she pledges to enter a mandatory psychological treatment program overseen by medical professionals and held to the highest standards of clinical care. Inside the company, the reactions are immediate and intense. Steffi is torn. As a daughter, she's proud of her mother for facing the music, but she's also livid with Ridge. You waited until now to say this, she demands later in private, confronting him in his office. You let mom carry this while you married Brooke. You let the world think she was unstable without giving her the chance to own her story first. Ridge is visibly shaken. I thought I was protecting everyone, he says weakly. But Steffi isn't buying it. You were protecting yourself, she shoots back. Thomas remains silent for once, standing in the corner, fists clenched, jaw tight. But his eyes are red. This is a wound for him too. A wound reopened. Meanwhile, Finn steps forward as both a husband and a medical professional. He quietly approaches Taylor and offers a treatment plan, a full-spectrum psychiatric care program with evidence-based therapies and 24/7 medical oversight. He wants to ensure her recovery is based on science, compassion, and professionalism. Taylor accepts. However, that's not enough for the Logan family. Brooke, shaken but composed, insists on an independent psychological evaluation. It can't just be in-house, she tells Ridge and Finn. This isn't personal anymore. It's public. It's safety. We need confirmation from someone who hasn't been in our orbit. Donna and Katie echo the concern. The company has suffered reputational damage. Investors are nervous. The press won't let up. One apology won't reset the narrative. Brooke's stance is firm. For Taylor to regain trust from the company, the press, or the family, they need a second, impartial medical opinion. A second psychiatrist is brought in, one with no ties to Forrester, no connection to any family member, no stake in the outcome. The evaluation is thorough, confidential. But when the report is submitted, its summary opens a new can of worms. The psychiatrist's findings confirm what Finn suspected. Taylor is not inherently dangerous. She is emotionally fractured, but not unstable. She is not a threat unless she is triggered. And then comes the twist. The report states that the sudden return of psychological trauma was not spontaneous. Taylor's distress, the report concludes, appears to have been deliberately reactivated. Her response patterns, verbal cues, and subconscious phrasing all indicate that her emotional spiral may have been induced by someone who knows her well enough to manipulate her trauma responses. The psychiatrist writes, there is substantial clinical indication that the patient's emotional state was catalyzed by an external trigger, a third party who intentionally reintroduced past trauma for emotional destabilization. The voice recording was likely harvested and timed to exploit this vulnerability. The bombshell hits like a grenade. In the final moments of Friday's episode, Steffi reads the conclusion aloud in Ridge's office. Thomas stares at the report, jaw clenched. Finn looks stunned. Ridge lowers his head into his hands. Brooke stands in the corner, pale and expressionless. Someone did this, Steffi whispers. Someone wanted Mom to unravel. Someone knew how to push her. The question now is, who? The cliffhanger ends with a flash to a shadowy figure on a computer in a private room, manipulating audio files, deleting messages, typing lines of code. An anonymous figure who clearly knows how to blend technology, timing, and psychological precision to cause maximum destruction. A slow, satisfied smile spreads across their face as the screen flickers with Taylor's distorted voice, looped and cut to fit a narrative that nearly ended her life. Next week, the Forrester family won't just be searching for healing. They'll be hunting for a saboteur. Because someone out there isn't done and the game they've started is far from over. And in the bold and the beautiful, when psychological warfare meets family legacy, no one, not even the strongest, walks away unscathed.